Hey everyone, my name is Justin Fox and welcome to the channel, where we talk about news involving gaming, pop culture, and other topics in quick discussions to give you straight to the point news about various topics in the world. Today we're going to talk about Sega and what they have planned for their 60th anniversary for this year, specifically the rumors speculating that they might be releasing a brand new console, or at least their name on the console, because there have been a lot of rumors spreading that Sega might be partnering with Microsoft to release the Xbox Series X in Japan. Now this rumor started after a tech journalist from Japan basically spilled the beans on a supposedly big scoop that he had that would rile up the games industry. He also accidentally admitted that it had something to do with Sega. So whatever's going on, it has something to do with Sega making a big move at some point. Now this rumor could mean a lot of things, it might even be fake, but if it is true, then it could bring some kind of proof that Sega might be merging with Microsoft to make a console. But that theory is kind of hard to believe since Sega is basically part of the pachinko business now, and I don't really see them giving up Sega so easily. But putting their brand name on an Xbox though, does sound more legitimate to me. Because this kind of makes sense from a business perspective. Because if you don't know, Microsoft has been doing terribly in Japan for the last decade or so, and they basically never really got back on their feet in the Japanese market. But Sega, they're still a big brand in Japan. Maybe not as much as in the United States, but enough in Japan to be considered marketable. So partnering with the known brand in a different region to bolster sales is a pretty reasonable business move to me. It also makes sense since Sega is more well known in Japan, so people are probably going to know who they are instead of Microsoft. So calling the Series X the Sega Series X could attract more people to the console. It's also a bonus since people have been dreaming of Sega to get back into the hardware business. But let's be honest, ever since the Dreamcast, Sega hasn't been really in a position to get back into hardware. Especially since their own mascot, Sonic, hasn't been doing too great in terms of games for the past few decades. Because if you've been looking back for the past few years, they came out with a pretty mediocre game at best a few years back called Sonic Forces. I haven't played it myself, but from what I've heard, it's not something to get really excited about. And they also had the comic book series, which is pretty good from what I've been told, so that gives Sonic a bit of a boost in attention and positive feedback for a change. Then again, they nearly dropped the ball with that movie if that ugly ass thing was screening for theaters.
SFPD! Meow? Ah, come on.
But thankfully they changed it, and the movie made bank, so that gives them a new leg to stand on in the States, as well as Japan. So if they're planning on actually doing this, then it could be the big break that Sega was looking for to really come out of that rut that they've been in for the past few years. But you know, this might all be fake, and Sega might just have something else planned entirely. That might actually make a Dreamcast 2.0 for all we know. So all we can really do at this point is see what they're gonna do at their 60th anniversary thing. But I don't want to get too excited for it though, because it's hard not to when you have all these rumors hyping you up. And if you're like me and you get really excited about these things in E3 and all that stuff, then, you know, you really can't help it sometimes because you see all these things hyping you up in all these articles and stuff, and, you know, they really get you going and stuff like that. You know, that hype train and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you don't want to get yourself too hyped up because sometimes you really get disappointed with what they actually show. You know, in the past E3s, people expect a lot of things and they don't really get what they want, and they start complaining about it on Twitter and other articles and stuff, and I don't really want to be like that. So, you know, just keep your expectations low. Don't really expect anything and just see what Sega's gonna do in their presentation or showcase or whatever. And if it gets to that point where they get a Dreamcast 2.0 or a Sega Series X or whatever they're gonna call it, then yeah, I'll be there and I'll be supporting it. But, you know, this is Sega we're talking about, and they haven't really had a really big, you know, reputation when it comes to consoles or video games for that matter, because Sonic isn't really that much of a popular brand in the States because, as you know, people always talk about how Sonic was never good and stuff like that.
We keep trying and trying and trying to find this thing that was never really actually there.
Sonic was never good. Sonic was never good. Sonic was never good.
Sonic was never good.
You know, people still support him and they still get the games, but it's hard not to really criticize what Sega is doing with their mascot and all these weird decisions like what they used to do with Sonic 06 and stuff like that, and how they really rush development time, not really thinking about what the customers want and what the gamers want. And you know, it's really disappointing to see because I remember Sonic being this really popular mascot when I was growing up, and the games that I really grew up with, the classic Sonic games like Sonic 3, Sonic 2, and you know, all the other ones like Sonic Heroes, Sonic Adventures, Sonic Adventure 2, stuff like that. When you grow up with all that kind of stuff, you really kind of expect some kind of consistency and quality, and Sega hasn't really been up to snuff with something like that. So them trying to release another hardware or just partnering up with somebody to release hardware, it kind of gets me excited, but at the same time kind of concerned, because I'm not sure if they can actually pull something like this off without getting a bit of criticism for it. But then again, this just may be something that says just gonna put their name on it and that's all they're gonna do. It's still gonna be owned by Xbox. It's just they're gonna be just putting it up there for brand recognition or something like that. But if they're actually gonna do something like a brand new console, which I kind of really doubt, but if they're actually going to do that, then I expect something to be really at least kind of professional, you know, because you know they don't really have a good reputation with hardware. Like, they really had these weird add-ons, these weird like extras they did that really tanked the console, and you know they had the 32X that really didn't get up there, get popular because it was too expensive, and you had all these extras and add-ons that you had to put on there and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just something that I think that they can pull off, but I don't think that their reputation really sets a good standard. It doesn't really give them a good leg to stand on in terms of what they're actually capable of. So still, just keep your expectations low, just don't expect too much, and just try to, you know, hope for the best and just see what happens, you know. So I don't want to be the Debbie Downer or something like that, but that's just how it is for me. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you like comic books, then check out my comic book called The Ultimate Crusaders on Indiegogo. It's a sci-fi action adventure series based on the mid-90s and 2000s cartoons and comics. So if you like mech battles, if you like Samurai Jack, Codename Kids Next Door, and other action cartoons that you used to grow with in the 90s and 2000s, then check out this comic book, because it's really going to be something that you want to get into, and it's going to be kind of like, in my opinion, a cartoon inside of a comic book. So I really want to get this into as many people as possible, and I want it to be really the best quality it can possibly be. We've also got some stickers done. If you can see right here, we got these really cool character stickers that you can get in the $25 and up perks. So if you want to look at these, if you want to check those out, if you want to get these, then you can back our project in $25 and up and we'll ship these out to you. So these are really cool, these are really awesome, and the artist who did these, he did a really good job with it, and I'm really excited to get these all to you guys. So check this project out. If you want to back it, then we'll really appreciate it. So if you want to check that out, there'll be a link at the end of the video and in the description. And we're still trucking along on Indiegogo, so be sure to check that out. So anyway, this is Just a Fox, and I'll see you all later.